Hello, this is Dr. Grande. Today's question asks if I can discuss the Shane Dawson Instagram video in which he reacts to another video made by a creator named Tati Westbrook. This video is titled Breaking My Silence. I wasn't quite sure about this as a topic for a video, but I thought about it for a while and I really reflected on the subject matter. I asked myself, what could be learned from this video? And then it came to me. There are actually two important lessons that are embedded in this topic that I'll get to at the end of the video. Just a reminder, I'm not diagnosing anybody in this video, only speculating about what could be happening in a situation like this. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, subscribe to my channel, and consider supporting me on Patreon. I'll put a link to Patreon in the description for this video. So, Tati Westbrook is a content creator. She made this video, as I mentioned, called Breaking My Silence, in which she accuses Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star, two other content creators, of various bad acts. Shane Dawson reacted to Westbrook's video in his own short Instagram video. It was a live stream. It looks like he's in maybe his living room or someplace like that in his house. Westbrook's video is playing in the background, and ostensibly this is the first time that Dawson has seen the video. In his short video, he expresses anger, surprise, and disgust at what Westbrook is saying. Now, it's worth noting here that Shane Dawson could have been acting in this video. I have no way of knowing if this is a real reaction or something that was really created for viewers. Anything's possible here. He is in the entertainment business, after all. Initially, if I were just listening and not watching, it seems like his maturity level is not that much different than that of an 8-year-old. But then as I thought about it, I thought, no, an 8-year-old would be more mature. Furthermore, an 8-year-old would probably use complete sentences, a behavior Shane appears to be allergic to based on this live stream. When looking at the nonverbal component, again, if this was a real reaction, Westbrook certainly captured Shane's attention. Now, obviously, the video itself has no educational value, and I would argue no value on any dimension. In a sense, it's actually a liability. I was worse off because I watched it, not better off, like I lost information in that exchange. Either way, this made me wonder about a few things. What is the purpose of an Instagram live stream? To communicate, to entertain, to educate? What is the product being offered in this particular live stream? An apparent temper tantrum? Although, to be fair, I was impressed at how he walked around the room and kept his face centered on that smartphone screen. That's a skill that most people don't have, mostly because it essentially has no real-world application or value. So, thinking about this, what is gained by this demonstration of emotion? Does this make Shane more relatable? Is this what people want or expect when they click on one of his live streams? If this were real, if this is how Shane reacts to various situations, that seems really stressful. That's a difficult behavior to repeat when a lot of stressors are in front of somebody. I was actually surprised that he put this video out at all. Why not react in a video that's more planned, one he kind of outlines and then reads or something like that? Or, moving toward the realm of the logical, why not just say nothing? If this dispute between Dawson and Westbrook ends up in court someday, all these videos, YouTube, Instagram, all of it, would likely be admissible. Some poor jury is going to have to watch all of these exchanges, every single one. What's more, someone's going to have to transcribe them. So there'll be quite a bit of misery in the courthouse that day. Now, looking at this another way, Shane's video does humanize him. He has what appears to be a visceral reaction. It seems genuine, which for Shane may be a good thing or a bad thing depending on how one looks at the situation. So what are the lessons we can learn from this short video on Instagram? There are two that I came up with. The first lesson, in the world of social influencers, all of the commerce starts with a poor decision. It's like tanks full of gasoline. They need a spark to explode. This is how social influencers survive. It's their job to make bad decisions and react to other people's bad decisions. This cycle actually encourages bad behavior. There are many industries or fields that rely on something bad happening for their existence. Pretty much any business that fixes anything is in a similar situation. Another analogy could be firefighting. House fires are destructive. Firefighters respond to them and try to save lives and minimize damage. Social influencers are a lot like firefighters, if those firefighters started the fires that they put out. It kind of loses any sense of nobility or dignity when one looks at it that way. It would be like pushing a man to a lake and then reaching in and pulling him out and wanting an award for being a hero. One can't really take that type of credit for fixing a problem that one creates. Although one can take some credit for that, right? That's kind of restoration, that's restorative, but it's not really advancing one's position. Somebody's not a hero if they create a problem and then solve it. They're just somebody who tried to right a wrong. So with this in mind, the answer to these unfortunate situations that social influencers repeatedly cause would be making good decisions, using reason, using logic, and having limited emotional reactivity. So not doing what we saw in that Instagram video. So essentially, there is no answer because none of those things are ever going to happen in the world of social influencers. The second lesson, many people, particularly young people, want to be a social influencer someday. When considering a career of any type, it's useful to observe what a career is really like, even if what is observed makes somebody think twice about that career choice. For example, if someone wants to work as a restaurant server, they might want to go to that restaurant on a busy night, see if they can handle that pace. If somebody wants to be an accountant, it's a good idea to try to complete some of the calculations to see if they have an aptitude for mathematics. As people look at different careers, the workers in those careers are role models. Shane is a role model for someone who wants to be a social influencer. Directly or indirectly, this live stream video he produced made money for him. In one sense, this was him at work. Looking at that video, is this what somebody really wants to do for a living? Having a temper tantrum, walking around with a strong emotional reaction, all that grief. For certain, this is a sobering thought, one that makes almost every other career path look a little bit better. Shane Dawson may have just inspired a generation of young people to avoid the pitfalls of social influencing, or he may have just encouraged a number of people toward that career path, which is a frightening thought. So those are my thoughts on this Shane Dawson reaction video. Please put any opinions and thoughts in the comments section. They always generate an interesting dialogue. As always, I hope you found my analysis of this topic to be interesting. Thanks for watching.